All right, what's good, guys? Okay, so what we're talking about is the house cat and the tomcat. Now, when you're single and you're out there and you're on the hunt, you're the tomcat, right? And that could be a multitude of things. So let's just say you're working out a lot, or maybe you've got extracurricular physical things that you're doing. Maybe you're in a basketball league, maybe you're ice hockey league, maybe you're a bowling league, whatever. You're a cyclist, whatever. You're a runner, you're Iron Man, something. Whatever the deal is. MMA, whatever the deal is. Okay, and you're training, you're looking good, you're on the hunt, you're on the prowl, right? And then you're out there, you're always out there, right? So you're the tomcat. Now that's what attracts whatever girl that you end up finally hooking up with, and things lead into a relationship and so on and so forth, right? And then what happens? People get in a kind of a, you're excited, so you want to spend more time with the relationship, right? So now, if you were working out 2 hours a day, now it's an hour and a half, and then that gets down to an hour, and then if you're lucky enough, and maybe she's a dynamic cook, or this could go vice versa for guys or girls. Maybe he's a great cook, and or whatever the situation, and you're not eating you're like you used to, and all of a sudden you're indulging in some foods you shouldn't be, or too much or you shouldn't be, or worse. Here's another. This is something totally different, but like if you're going out to eat all the time, you're in a wrong relationship. Okay. I mean, unless you just got truckloads of money. But anyways, you can't control your food really in a restaurant environment. So if you're going out to eat a lot, that's horrible for you because you don't know what they're putting in it. And you really have no control. And even if you ask them not to do stuff, who knows if they really don't or do? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that's a whole nother video. But back to being the tomcat. So you're sleek, you know what I mean? You're out there, you're on the hunt, you're exercising, you're training, you're doing whatever you want to do. Plus you have your side stuff with whatever else is going on, right? Now that is what attracts the girl to you. All right, she likes that. She likes that you're kind of aloof, but you're sleek. You've got that look, or whatever it is, that magnetism that attracts her, right? Then you guys are together, right? And then the first 6 months is all fireworks, and then all of a sudden you guys get into a routine, and then maybe you're living together or whatnot, and all of a sudden you're not training as hard because you're comfortable and blah blah blah. And now this is what I'm trying to tell you. You're a house cat, right? Maybe you put on a couple pounds, the clothes don't fit you the right way, not so comfortable not wearing your shirt, or going without your shirt and stuff like that. Anyways, when you're in that zone and you see you're in that zone, get the hell out of that zone as fast as you can. Okay? Because, and here's another thing too, is that's actually where a girlfriend wants you. They want you to be the house cat. You know why? Because then you're not attractive to all the other girls out there. She still loves you. She knows who you are. She loves you for you and all this stuff. And, she loves everything about you. So she wants you all to herself, which is fine. I'm not saying you got to cheat on her or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, you always want to be it's almost like a fighter. Like, you always want to be ready. Not saying anything's going to happen, not saying anything's going to go wrong, but you always want to be ready. Because let's say you get into an argument with your girl or whatever. If you're if you're a house cat and she knows that, you can't just walk out and all of a sudden, girls are going to be flocking to you, then, you lose that power dynamic. So if you're like this, if you're still sleek and you're like a sports car walking around, now all of a sudden she's gonna think twice about wanting to upset you. You know what I'm saying? So always be contest ready. Always be ready. So if you were a tomcat and now you're a house cat, or let's say you were always a house cat, now no matter what, it's time to get into tomcat shape and stay that way. Keep your eating, you know what I mean? Watch your eating, make sure you're training, make sure you're, keeping whatever it is that you did before she and you got together. Do that still. Don't be the guy that sits on the couch 3-4 hours a day watching, nonsense or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you enjoy yourself, but be that tomcat. Do you know what I mean? Because that keeps them on their toes. And one of the great examples is Chris Pratt. Now, if you look at that guy, he was, he was a starting out actor, and he was always the part. He was funny, and he had a good looking face, but you weren't looking twice at him like, wow, this could be a superhero. All of a sudden, the guy starts working out. He leans down. He's, looking better. And boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, this guy's, one lead role after another. Same guy, but it's just a couple little things that he adjusted. So he was a total house cat. And now he's a total tomcat. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and then, he was married to Anna Faris, which, back in the day, when, I don't know if you remember that movie House Bunny. She was a, knockout. So, anyways, my point is always, they want you to be comfortable. They want you to put on an extra pound. And they never tell it to you either. You know what I mean? And never ask their opinion either. Don't ever be like a girl. Like, do I look fat? Am I getting fat? Whatever. Because they'll always say, no, honey, you look great. No, you look great. Or, as a matter of fact, I just had this conversation with a friend at Thanksgiving. He was telling me how he cut out, like some, garbage that he was eating and drinking and, stuff like this and everything, cut out sodas and all this stuff. And he was like, she's telling me, talking about his wife, he's like, she's telling me, like I'm a little too thin. And the guy was like lean, like just shredded. And I'm like, of course she's telling you that. Of course she's telling you that. Because she is afraid that you're going to look great to whatever other women that you come in contact with on a normal basis. So that's the whole point. Never listen to, I don't care. I know your girlfriend or your wife, I know she loves you to death and all. She'll never tell you the wrong thing or whatever. Trust me, in the back of their mind, their job is to make sure that you don't go anywhere. Okay? Bottom line. So if you gain 5 or 10 pounds or 20 or 30 and they say, hey, you know what? You're still gorgeous to me. You still look good to me. Listen, it's very nice and it's complimentary, but you gotta be real with yourself and be real with the whole situation. So anyways, if you are a tomcat, boom, keep it up. Don't change for nobody unless you want to change, which I don't know why you would, but if you do, it's up to you. But if you are now a house cat, it's time to change things. Because here's the other thing too. If she's a tomcat and you're a house cat, you're even doubly screwed. Because then, she's holding a heck of a lot more chips in the relationship than you are. Do you know what I mean? So, if you guys get in an argument and she's like, well, I'm going out for the night, and you're like sitting there going, she looks like a knockout. Meanwhile, I look like, a mess. You're not going to want to entertain that. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, stick to being a tomcat. Stick to being that tomcat guy. And remember that Chris Pratt story. All right? Hope you guys are doing great. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscription, give me a, hit the bell. Leave a comment, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you got something valuable out of this, and I appreciate you for listening. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, all right? Also, one more thing that I wanted to say. If you have any relationship questions or things, or you're in a situation or whatever, leave them in the comments. Let's see if I can if I've got a good answer for you. I'll try to make a video and I'll try to answer it for you. All right. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thanks again, and I'm out.